Recently, J-Hope shared a series of photos on his official Instagram account. While at first they appeared to be simple throwbacks of group moments, several details in the images quickly caught our attention. One of the first things noticed was that Jungkook was wearing the same hat he wore on the trip to Los Angeles, when it was revealed he was shopping with Taehyung and J-Hope. It's been known for some time that the three of them had gone out together on that trip, and these new images seem to confirm everything that was already suspected. In more than one photo, you can see how Jungkook is focused on taking photos of Taehyung, something that has been seen before, but which seems to stand out more this time. It's not common for Jungkook to show this kind of photographic attention to other members of the group. He usually only does it with Taehyung, which reinforces the perception that there is a special and constant connection between them. In almost every post, Jungkook appears near Taehyung, either sharing the same space or in the background of the photos, suggesting they spent a lot of time together during those days. This has led many fans to reaffirm what has been rumored within the community for years, that Taehyung and his relationship are becoming increasingly clear. On the other hand, there are those who still deny these interactions. Some have even said the photos aren't real, despite having been posted directly by J-Hope on his verified account. It was even mentioned that someone was planning to upload a video for Jungkook's birthday, showing the moment they were seen together at that store in Los Angeles. However, many fans wonder why wait when enough has already been shown to confirm what happened that day. Despite the clear visual evidence, many people insist on denying the closeness between Jungkook and Taehyung. Some even continue to strongly defend the narrative of a relationship between Jungkook and Jimin, despite the fact that public appearances and the recent dynamic between Taehyung and Jungkook have been much more evident and frequent. These types of reactions seem to ignore what is directly and consistently shown. Furthermore, the way Jungkook photographs Taehyung doesn't seem casual. The way he focuses the camera on him, how he takes his time capturing him from different angles, and Taehyung's relaxed expression when he knows it's Jungkook behind the lens are elements that don't go unnoticed. J-Hope's recent posts have offered a clearer window into the interaction between the group members, and especially between Taehyung and Jungkook. Their closeness isn't something new, but it's becoming more and more evident. For those who closely follow their steps, these moments only confirm what was already suspected, that there is a strong connection between them. Taehyung and Jungkook share more than just music and stages. Over the years, they've proven to have a special connection that doesn't go unnoticed. One of the most striking things about their relationship is their silent but constant habit of paying attention to each other, even when it seems like no one else is noticing. A very characteristic gesture between them is how they use the camera. No matter who is holding it, they always end up focusing on the other. It's so natural that it's become a kind of language between them. When Jungkook has the camera, Taehyung is the center of attention, and when Taehyung is the one recording, Jungkook inevitably appears. They don't do it out of habit or protocol, they do it because they are comfortable with each other, because they enjoy each other's presence. In many videos, live broadcasts, and behind-the-scenes footage, you can see those moments where one takes the role of photographer while the other is simply being themselves, smiling, relaxed, sharing the moment. Just look back at past images to see that Jungkook has taken countless photos of Taehyung. It's not just about capturing beautiful images, but about preserving memories. There's an intention behind each photograph, a desire to preserve what they experienced together. Similarly, Taehyung has also shown his photographer's side when it comes to Jungkook. He's been the one holding the camera while Jungkook stands on the other side, perhaps unaware that he's being observed with such detail and affection. This speaks to a unique dynamic between the two, where the camera is not just a visual tool, but also a bridge between two people who understand each other even without words. A recent example was during a live stream. Jungkook was recording, as he usually does, but what's interesting is that the camera almost never left Taehyung's side. These moments are meaningful because, even if they don't say much out loud, their actions speak for themselves. The way they look at each other, care for each other, and seek each other out is enough to understand that there is something special between them. And the most interesting thing is that lately, they've started to be more open about it. One moment that made this clear was when Jungkook recreated a meme just to tell Taehyung he was cute. It wasn't a random joke, it was a thoughtful gesture, a creative and direct way of expressing affection. And Taehyung wasn't far behind. He responded clearly and told him he was cute too. What for many might have been a fun interaction between friends, for those who know them well, was a very direct display of affection. It was a sincere exchange, without disguised jokes, without hiding what they felt. It was just the two of them, speaking honestly. Most importantly, they made it clear that from now on, they will be more transparent when it comes to each other. They don't need to explain themselves or make big announcements. They are simply choosing to show themselves as they are, without filters. And that, in a world where feelings are often hidden for fear of being judged, is a brave thing to do. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook goes beyond what is seen on stage. It's not just camaraderie or friendship. It's a connection built with patience, time, and many small gestures that, when combined, paint a story full of complicity, respect, and affection. Every photograph they take, every glance they share, every word they say speaks of an authentic bond that needs no titles to be understood. Over time, many things have changed between Taehyung and Jungkook, and one of the most notable is the way they share what they have. Before, those special moments between them passed quickly or were difficult to notice. Today, however, they occur more frequently and in a much more natural way. They no longer seem to worry about hiding or pretending nothing is happening between them. On the contrary, they are more at ease showing themselves as they are. For those who have followed them for years, this is something very important. Every glance, every gesture, and every interaction between the two has a special value. It's not just about seeing them together on camera, but about understanding what lies behind those small actions. One of those times was during a recent live broadcast. Jungkook was recording as he usually does, but there was something that caught my attention. Almost all of the camera's attention was focused on Taehyung. That may seem simple, but it actually speaks volumes. They weren't directly talking about their relationship or saying big things in front of the audience, but their demeanor spoke volumes. Jungkook kept focusing on him, as if he wanted to capture Taehyung's every moment. It was as if, without saying so, he wanted everyone to see him through his eyes. These gestures aren't new, but what changes is that they do them more often and more freely now. The way they seek each other out, accompany each other, and understand each other is hard to ignore. You don't need to hear romantic words or see staged scenes. Just see how they care for each other and how they look at each other to realize their connection is real. Taehyung also has his ways of responding to that bond. Sometimes it's subtle, with a smile or an expression that only Jungkook seems to understand. Other times, he accompanies him silently, as if he doesn't need to say anything because everything is already clear between them. What's most striking is that neither of them acts as if they need to prove anything. They don't make grand declarations, they don't seek attention. They simply live their relationship naturally. And that kind of trust isn't seen every day. It comes from sharing many things over the years, from knowing each other well, and from supporting each other even when no one else sees it. Many people have tried to say that there's nothing going on between them, that they're just friends, or that it's all part of the job. But those comments lose their meaning when you observe how they actually interact. It's not about imagining things or exaggerating. What you see between Taehyung and Jungkook is there, in every gesture they share without worrying about what others might say. And the most interesting thing of all is that they don't need to name what they have. Their relationship doesn't depend on labels or explanations. It's something you feel and notice, especially in those moments where there are no official cameras, no interviews, no scripts. In those quieter moments, when they're just being themselves, their connection becomes most evident. Every time they appear together like this, they make it clear that their bond isn't just a passing thing. It's something that has grown over the years, that has become stronger, and that doesn't need to be hidden. They share it freely, without worrying about what others might think. And that, more than anything else, shows that there's something real between them. Even though they don't always say much, their actions always speak volumes. The way they lean on each other at events, how they seek each other out when they're in a group, or how one changes their attitude when the other is around, these are signs that don't go unnoticed. And they don't do it to get attention. They do it because that's how they relate. Neither of them tries to convince the other. They just let it all flow. And that calm, honest way of sharing what they have is what has made so many people realize the closeness that exists between them. No matter how many times someone tries to deny it, with each new moment they share, they confirm what many have known for a long time. There's something between Taehyung and Jungkook that needs no explanation. And as long as they continue to show it like this, without fear and without hiding, it will become increasingly easier to understand why their relationship means so much to those who follow them.